After escaping exile on Elbe in March 1815, Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte swiftly reclaimed power in France, prompting rapid alarm among European powers. The Allies, Britain, Prussia, Austria, and Russia, formed the Seventh Coalition and mobilized armies to stop his resurgence. The young Duke of Wellington, Arthur Wellesley, took command of an Anglo-Allied force in the Netherlands, while Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher mobilized the Prussian army to join him. Napoleon resolved to strike first, attacking north across the French frontier into Belgium before the Allies could fully unite. Intelligence and logistic preparations raced on both sides as the stage was set for a decisive confrontation in the fields near Waterloo. By early June 1815, Napoleon's Army of the North was fully assembled and ready to march toward Belgium, numbering around 72,000 men. His objective was to drive a wedge between Wellington's Anglo-Allied army and Blücher's Prussians, defeating each before they could combine. Crossing the Sambre River near Charleroi on June 15th, the French moved with remarkable speed, surprising the Allies, who had not expected Napoleon to strike so soon. In Brussels, Wellington received word of the French advance while attending a society ball, quickly issuing orders for his scattered divisions to assemble near Quatre Bras. Meanwhile, Blücher concentrated his Prussian army near Ligny, just east of the French thrust. The two Allied commanders agreed to maintain close coordination, but the rapid French movements would soon test that fragile plan. On June 15, 1815, Napoleon launched his offensive in earnest, advancing his Army of the North through Charleroi, driving back Prussian outposts that guarded the Sambre crossings. The French vanguard under General Ney pressed north toward Quatre Bras, a key crossroads linking the Allied armies. Meanwhile, Marshal Grouchy's corps pursued the retreating Prussians, pushing them toward Ligny, where Blücher prepared to stand. The speed and precision of the French advance caught both Allied commanders off guard. Their armies were spread across miles of Belgian countryside. Despite confusion and scattered units, Wellington acted swiftly to consolidate his divisions, sending reinforcements to hold Quatre Bras and delay Ney's approach. The field south of the village soon filled with British, Dutch, and Brunswick troops digging in, knowing they faced one of Napoleon's most trusted marshals within hours. By the afternoon of June 16, 1815, Marshal Ney's forces collided with the Allied defenders under the Duke of Wellington near Quatre Bras, a modest junction of roads and farms south of Brussels. The battle opened with French skirmishers advancing through fields of rye, their blue coats flashing between stalks as musket fire crackled in the summer air. Dutch and Nassau troops, holding the front line, bore the first assault but stubbornly refused to yield despite being outnumbered. Ney launched cavalry charges to break the Allied ranks, yet Wellington's infantry squares held firm, repelling attack after attack. Throughout the afternoon, reinforcements poured in, Highlanders in tartan, Brunswickers in black, and British regulars, each arriving just in time to stabilize the line. Smoke thickened over the battlefield, blending the cries of men with the thunder of artillery. As dusk fell, the French withdrew southward, unable to force a breakthrough, leaving the Allies bloodied but unbroken on the field. While Ney battled Wellington at Quatre Bras, Napoleon turned his main army east toward Ligny, where Field Marshal Blücher's Prussians had taken up a strong defensive position behind the villages and streams. The French Emperor rode along the front lines, his grey coat billowing in the wind, issuing commands with calm precision as drums rolled across the valley. At mid-afternoon, the French attack began. Columns surged forward through muddy fields under pounding artillery, while musket fire erupted from the stone houses of Ligny. The Prussians fought fiercely, their ranks holding despite mounting losses, rallying around Blücher's personal leadership. Napoleon committed the Imperial Guard late in the day, its advance cutting through smoke and rain to strike the Prussian centre. The decisive assault shattered the line and forced the Prussians to retreat in the twilight, leaving the villages burning and the ground littered with broken cannon. Yet despite the tactical victory, Blücher's army was not destroyed. They fell back in good order toward Wavre, still capable of joining Wellington in the days ahead. After their defeat at Ligny on June 16, 1815, Blücher's Prussian army began withdrawing northeast toward Wavre, choosing a route that preserved their ability to support Wellington despite the heavy losses they had suffered. Exhausted units marched through the night, guiding wagons of wounded over muddy roads while reforming scattered battalions into cohesive corps. Blücher, bruised and nearly captured in the battle, insisted that the army remain united and pressed his commanders to keep moving toward Wellington's left flank. Gneisenau, acting as Blücher's chief of staff, managed the retreat carefully, maintaining communication between the three Prussian corps and ensuring the army did not disintegrate under pressure. Though pursued cautiously by Marshal Grouchy, the Prussians succeeded in pulling away, using the natural barriers of rivers and forests to shield their movement. By dawn on June 17, the bulk of the Prussian forces had reached the defensive positions around Wavre, battered but intact, and still committed to aiding Wellington in the decisive battle that was rapidly approaching.